We tend to think a long life equals success. An elephant living for 70 years feels more impressive than a mouse living for one. A tortoise that outlasts generations of humans seems like the ultimate winner in nature. But if you look at this from the standpoint of evolution, not individual experience, some of the shortest-lived animals on Earth are actually pulling off a much bigger win than the long-lived giants. Survival isn't just about one creature staying alive, it's about the species lasting. And by that measure, short lifespans might be the smarter strategy. Start with the mayfly. Some adult mayflies live for less than 24 hours. They emerge, mate, lay eggs, and die, all within a single day. On the surface, that sounds like a tragedy. But mayflies have existed on this planet for over 300 million years, long before dinosaurs walked the Earth. Their short individual lives have done nothing to stop the species as a whole from surviving mass extinctions, ice ages, and massive shifts in climate. The lifespan of one mayfly says almost nothing about how successful mayflies are as a species. Compare that to something like a giant tortoise, which can live over 100 years in the wild and sometimes well past 150 in captivity. Individually, that's remarkable. But tortoises reproduce slowly, mature late, and lay relatively few eggs across their lifetime. If a population of tortoises gets hit hard by habitat loss or disease, recovery can take decades because each new generation takes so long to reach breeding age. Short-lived species don't have that problem. A mouse can reach sexual maturity in about 6 weeks. A single female mouse can produce several litters a year, with 5 to 10 pups each time. If a mouse population gets wiped out by a harsh winter or a predator boom, it can rebuild its numbers within a single season. Long-lived animals simply can't recover that fast. This is really about two different survival strategies happening at two different levels. One is individual survival, staying alive as long as possible. The other is species survival, making sure the population as a whole keeps going no matter what happens to any single member. Short-lived animals sacrifice the first to win big at the second. They treat individual life almost like a disposable resource, spending it quickly on reproduction while investing very little in staying alive for years. Look at insects as a whole. Most insect species live anywhere from a few days to a few months, yet insects make up more biomass than almost any other group of animals on the planet. There are more individual insects alive right now than stars visible in the night sky. Their short lives allow for incredibly fast generational turnover, which means faster adaptation. If the environment changes, a species that produces a new generation every few weeks can evolve useful traits far quicker than a species that only reproduces once every 10 or 20 years. Short lifespans essentially speed up evolution itself. There's also the matter of risk. A long lifespan means more years exposed to danger, disease, predators, food shortages, extreme weather. Every extra year alive is another chance for something to go wrong. Short-lived species avoid this by not needing to survive very long at all. Their entire biological strategy is built around finishing the reproductive cycle fast, before disaster has time to catch up with them. Even extinction events tell this story. After major climate shifts and mass die-offs throughout Earth's history, many long-lived, slow-reproducing species vanished for good. Meanwhile, fast-reproducing short-lived species like insects, rodents, and small fish often bounced back within a relatively short window. Their quick generational cycle lets them adapt to new conditions almost as fast as those conditions appear. So maybe the real measure of success in nature isn't how long you personally survive, it's how well your species survives without you. A mayfly that lives one day but leaves behind a species that's lasted 300 million years is doing something right. A mouse that dies within a year but leaves behind hundreds of descendants is playing a different game entirely and winning it. Long life feels like victory when you're thinking about one animal. But when you zoom out to the level of species, sometimes living fast and dying young is exactly how you win the long game. Every obvious fact you know about survival in nature might be wrong in the exact same way this one was. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next animal myth we're about to bust. And thanks for watching.